Mike here. A lot of you know I'm into decluttering. I just love it. I find it's way easier to keep the house clean. I like being able to find my stuff without having to dig around. I get really into that organizational piece, but the biggest reason for me is I'm ADHD. And the specific flavor I have, I'm hyper aware of my surroundings. And I really struggle when there's a lot of stuff around. I get really overwhelmed and I just can't focus. But confession time, I've been slacking off. Granted, the past couple of years I've had some major life changes, but I feel like I've become decluttering's wayward son. Over the years, a lot of you have asked me to teach you different tips and tricks. I've given presentations, done demos, but right now that I've let my environment get a lot more chaotic than normal, it's the perfect time to show you how I'm going to get myself back on track. So some different things I struggle with. Number one, I just have so much on my plate. I'm a single dad. I've got 3 little kids. I've got pets. I multiple jobs. I'm constantly overcommitting. I've got zero time, and that's why we're talking about decluttering for real people. Number two, in that same vein, I never sit still. I've got tons of projects and hobbies, and all of those require a lot of stuff. I'm constantly gathering everything up and then putting it away after I'm done. And that takes a lot of time and energy. Sometimes I'm just exhausted and I leave it in a pile and I forget about it. And then the next thing I know, I've got a pile on a pile. And lately, I've had a little trouble finding some things, and that is just so frustrating. I just hate wasting that time, and it causes so much unnecessary stress. Third, I've got really good taste. Nobody's ever going to call me a minimalist. I've got this lifetime collection of quirky, eclectic, nostalgic stuff. And finally, I was raised to be frugal. I fall into this trap of if something still has a usable value, I don't want to let it go. But instead of me hanging on to it to potentially use it someday, maybe it's better to let someone else actually use that leftover value. All right, let's dive in.